Hello, my name is Nana, and I'm going to read you a story about a star. His name is Seymour, and he wanted to be a superstar. This is in Volume 4, and it's story number 5, and the title of this story is Sarah and Honey. One day, as Seymour was flying around, he came upon a flock of sheep as they were being sheared. He flew down to check it out. As he neared, 2 sheep were discussing their wool. Their names were Sarah and Honey. They both thought they had the best wool in all the land. They thought it would be fit only for a king. To their delight, the shearer told the gatherer to take the wool directly to the palace, for it was the best wool he had ever seen. Sarah and Honey asked Seymour if he could follow their wool to see if it really made it to the king. So Seymour went to the palace. The palace spinner was amazed at how easily it spun into thread. When the palace weaver finished with the thread, it made the softest cloth he had ever made. Seymour reported back to Sarah and Honey that indeed their wool went to the palace and was made into cloth. Sarah and Honey wanted to know if the king was wearing something made from their wool. Seymour didn't know, but he would check and let them know. When the cloth got to the dyer, he decided it should be a deep purple. Purple is such a rich color, fit for a king. So he put the material in a vat of purple dye. He left the cloth in the purple vat for a long time so it would be a really rich purple, fit for a king. The next morning when the dyer took the cloth out of the purple vat, he was shocked. It was sky blue. How could that be? He put the cloth back in the vat, but when he took it out again, it was still sky blue. He didn't want sky blue cloth, he wanted purple, so he tore it in two and just threw it into a corner. Seymour didn't know what to do. How could he tell Sarah and Honey that their fine wool just got tossed into a corner? He tried to be as nice as possible, but Sarah and Honey were upset. They said, "You know, we're getting old, and that is possibly the best wool we will ever produce. It makes us very sad that no one will be kept warm with our wool." Seymour told Sarah and Honey goodbye and went back to check on Beth, the Star of Bethlehem. Her job was to shine on Bethlehem until God sent his son to be born. As it turned out, Seymour was just in time. God's son had been born. He peeked into the stable to see the baby. As he was admiring the baby, something really looked familiar. Where had he seen that cloth baby Jesus wrapped in before? It was really a beautiful sky blue. Could it be Sarah and Honey's wool? Seymour flew close. Sure enough, the cloth was made from the wool of Sarah and Honey. Seymour could hardly wait to tell Sarah and Honey their wool, the finest of all, was wrapped around God's son, the King of Kings. Seymour quickly flew to the countryside to tell Sarah and Honey. They already knew about the Son of God being born, for they had seen the angels and heard them singing. But they didn't know the baby was wrapped in their wool. Such an honor for 2 old sheep. But how did this happen? Seymour couldn't answer their question. He just knew that God works in mysterious ways. Sometimes God works in mysterious ways in our lives. Treasure each of these moments. When you go outside and see Seymour, don't forget to twinkle. Till next time.